Hello guys, and welcome back to another skill guide video for Total War Warhammer 3 on Immortal Empires. I just want to quickly say thank you all to who have recently joined the channel and supporting me as I continue this this adventure. We have officially hit over 900 subscribers on the channel, and have, in terms of growth, have never seen growth like this on the channel. So thank you all for the support. It greatly means a lot to me and my family as we continue to grow this channel, and I'm just very fortunate and glad you guys are enjoying the content, and just can't wait to see how far we are able to take this thing. But without further ado, let's jump on into the video, and we are going to be talking about Archaon today. Now, he's a little different in the fact that he's a melee lord and a spellcaster, excuse me. But we're actually not going to go down his entire magic line, because his second half of his magic line is pretty shitty, in my opinion. He doesn't get Greater Arcane Conduit. He doesn't have just the Lore of Fire anymore. He's got a little bit of a mixed lore of spells, and the Transmutation of Lead and Purple Son of Xeres is just nothing really to drool over. But anyway, first and foremost, definitely grab Root Marcher, just for the extra campaign movement range, and we will come back to the rest of the blue line just to grab the Devoted of Chaos later on, just so we can grab more souls. Even though playing as Archaon, it's very easy to grab souls throughout your campaign, because you'll get 25 per turn from each vassal that you have. So eventually you'll basically be able to offset the cost of your Gifts of Chaos per turn, because you'll have so many vassals in your campaign. But after grabbing Root Marcher, I actually recommend putting points into his magic line here, and I usually just end up grabbing Searing Doom, Kindle Flame, and then the Burning Head, and then that's it for the early parts of his magic line. I will come back and grab Spirit Leech and the Flaming Sword of Ruin later on, because you can grab some missile units. Having access to all the units in terms of the Chaos Gods of Khorne, Slaanesh, Tzeentch, and Nurgle, you can end up getting some pink horrors there. But after grabbing these few spells here in his lore magic, I usually just go down his melee line a little bit. But overall, in regards to his melee line, get everything. Just make him tankier as much as possible, just like any melee lord that you would have in your faction when playing with a melee focused lord. Especially if we just look at his base stats, this is just insane. Plus, we haven't even gotten any of his quest items, where you'll get more melee attack. You'll get the Slayer of Kings weapon ability, which just makes him even stronger to an insane degree. His armor will give him more melee defense and ward save. The Eye of Shireen will give him barrier and also reduce the magic cost of all his spells. And then his crown will also increase his melee attack and melee defense, making him even stronger in melee. Which, if you've ever fought Archaon as an enemy, you know he is a extreme nightmare to deal with, but that makes him extremely fun to play as. And then after that, I definitely recommend going down his special skill line. He's got some good abilities here. The Grand Marshal of Chaos will just give you Lord Recruit rank +3, which is pretty good. And then I definitely recommend getting the Distinguished Champions, because it increases your hero capacity +1, and also the recruit rank faction wide by 4 for all heroes. Plus, the Exalted Hero of Nurgle is arguably one of the strongest, if not the strongest, hero in the game currently. And getting more of those would definitely be a good thing in your campaign. Now, the other 3 skills kind of depend on what you personally want to go with. I usually wait to spend these until towards the end of his skill tree, just because he's got so many other skill points that I actually want to spend it on. Because the Warband upgrade cost -20% is okay, but it's only for his army. And when you're playing as the Warriors of Chaos, or Chaos in general, you'll make so much money from post-battle loot where money is just really not that big of a concern for you. So reducing, you know, the upgrade cost isn't that big of a deal, as well as the upkeep cost for Chaos Warriors. It's just not going to make that big of a difference. Now, if you end up going with Chosen or Chaos Knights, that will kind of determine, you know, if you end up spending the skill points there. But again, I usually save these 3 towards the end of his skill tree, just because I don't know which ones I'm going to end up actually utilizing. But after that, I usually end up grabbing the Chosen of the Gods just to increase his hit points, melee defense, and weapon strength. Grabbing the Aura of Chaos just to make himself a little tankier. Definitely grab the Mentor ability there. And then also Spear Leech there. Now obviously we still have quite a few skill points to spend. So I do like to put a point into Evasion just for some extra speed as well as melee defense. And here is where now we'll also go down the blue line a little bit and grab the Devoted of Chaos just for more souls gained per battle. Plus we'll get more experience by 20% when we're fighting against the Order Tide, which is just really good overall there. And then I usually actually like to spend another point in the blue line just so we get Unholy Resilience, just in case for some reason he takes loads of damage. That way we're able to heal a lot over the end turn, which I usually just do serve or die. Just makes things a little cheaper. But the important thing is just to grab the Unholy Resilience there. And in terms of the rest of his blue line, I do like to finish it out just to grab more souls from battles, as well as the campaign movement range. As the especially as Archaeon's faction, like, you don't necessarily need to buff, you know, your units down like on the far side of the red line to an extreme extent. But we'll continue that on in a little bit here in the video. In terms of like what I like to grab, I usually do like to grab the Fatigued Gallipot just for the extra casualty replenishment rate, because you will end up taking a good amount of damage against some battles. So just, you know, making sure you replenish more over the end turn is always a good thing there. And then usually grab Blessed by Evil just for some extra money from post-battle loot, which will then unlock your Chaos Unchained, which will give you the extra 5% campaign movement range, as well as the souls from battles and extra income from post-battle loot there. So it's really good to grab that. And then your last 4 points, I usually grab the Dominating Presence and just go into the Chaos Vanguard, mainly because early on you're going to have a lot of non-demonic infantry units, so this will just give them more armor and melee attack. So you're looking at Chaos Warriors, Marauders, Chosen, anything like that, just make them a little stronger in melee in your campaigns there. Now, the reason why, again, I don't really spend these because I just don't worry about them that much. Later on in the campaign, like your units and your army with Archaon, he's so strong himself, like he's just not really gonna need another army or other units in his army rather. So I just never really worry about these. I still get Chosen, you know, Chaos Warriors, Chaos Knights, just for kind of the thematic parts of his campaign. But other than actually utilizing them a lot in his campaign, I don't really do that a whole lot. And then ascending to Demonhood, it just isn't that big of a deal in regards to him personally there. But definitely let me know down in the comments what you guys think, how you guys level him up, or how you have leveled him up in the past, and what different paths you may have taken in terms of his skill tree. He's got a pretty beefy skill tree, so there's a lot of things that you know, a lot of different ways that you could have gone in terms of ranking or leveling him up rather. But definitely let me know how you guys would have done that differently, if any at all. But don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying the content. And I will see you guys again soon on the next live stream or the next video that I release on the channel. And until then, have a good one, guys, and I will see you later. Bye.